Hello and welcome to another episode of Showcasing North Leeds, where I'm on a mission to find all the businesses in North Leeds and beyond to put them on this platform so we all can learn about their businesses as much as we can. And I'm delighted to be joined by Sally from Fit to Bust here in Chapelton.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Please tell me and everybody else about what it is that you do at Fit to Bust.
So Fit to Bust has developed, or not developed really, we're specialist bra fitters, which means that we go beyond the realms of the high street. So we specialise in mastectomy, maternity, we go up to, believe it or not, an S-cup bra. You're wincing.
Yeah.
So, and we also start with starter bras going down to 28 AAA. And the whole point of what we do is that it's very personalised. So you're not going into a high street store and you're just seeing different people all the time. We're the same group of people all the time, and you feel comfort in that factor. Okay. And it's not so traumatic, because it can be very traumatic for some ladies.
What, first thing, I want to come back to that, but first thing, the name. Who came up with the name?
Me. I had gone through, this is a bit personal really, but I'd gone through a divorce 22 years ago, and I couldn't sleep, and I was walking through Valley Gardens because I lived in Chapel Allison at that time, and I knew I had to come up with another name, because I used to own Sassy's in Harrogate, and but because of the divorce I wanted to move somewhere else, so I found this unit here, and I walked and I walked and I walked, and in the end I came up with the name Fit to Bust, and that was at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, okay.
And it said what it does.
Yeah.
And the number of people that have said it's amazing, it's amazing. Yeah. But some people didn't like it, so it kind of shows that, or gives the impression that you're full, that it's a food business. Right. But obviously it's not. It's, you know, it's what it says is what we do. So
you mentioned that it can be quite traumatic for some ladies, and you go all the way up to an S-cup.
Yes.
Never even knew that even existed. But go all the way up to an S-cup.
Why would you?
Yeah, I shouldn't do that, to be fair. Explain a bit about how you help them with the experience. We've been saying being a traumatic experience for some people.
So we do have quite a wide client base that has been coming into us for a number of years, and we don't really lose that client base. Even when they move abroad, they keep returning. But their word to somebody else, to a friend, to a relative, is very, very important. Hence, we don't advertise. We might put the odd thing on Instagram, especially if we've got a sale coming up, or we've got the new swimwear coming in, just saying what where we're moving to. But if people make appointments and they might, it might be their first visit. It does happen quite a lot. Yeah. We have to put them at their ease. Now, because my background is Rigby and Peller, we don't use tape measures. Right. We're looking at the medical side of breast care, and unfortunately, when you go into the high street, you don't get that. You just get a tape measure put around you, and then the assistant will go and find a bra and say that will do. Well, no, that won't do. Right. It has to be far more exact than that.
What is that then? So what's the medical side of it then? What?
Breast cancers,
right?
Cysts. So let me give you an example. I had a lady the other day who came in, and she'd been put into a 42 double D by a well-known store, And when I fitted her, she was actually a 36 double H. So this lady had gone from this to this because the bra was taking the weight of her breasts. So anyone who's a double H and upwards, their breasts can be anything up to 1/4 of a stone each. If you think that that lady has got to walk around with that weight bearing down on her shoulders, if she hasn't been fitted correctly, then it's not good news. Hence, we then get people coming in who've been sent by chiropractors, osteopaths. I work with all the breast care surgeons. We work with midwives, because we also do maternity. We do everything. And we will never say to a lady, we haven't got anything that works for you. And unfortunately, in the high street, that does happen. So a woman can be very emotional about that and come in and be in tears. And then when we've sorted them out, they're fine. They're fine.
Do you find, touching on that then, with some women then, because you hear obviously some women want to go through breast reductions as well. Do you find, or do you tend to get women that come in who want that, and then you're able to help them, and I'm not going to say fix them, but you're able to help them with their issues?
You've got both sides. You've got breast augmentation that is becoming more and more rare, not like in the States, but a lot of ladies do want to have breast reductions. The reason they want to have breast reduction is because they're not finding the right bra on the high street. But actually, pretty well nowadays, there is a bra to suit everyone. We tend to work very closely with European, French, German, Belgian, Swiss. We work with non-wireds with an English company, but America are starting to come to the fore. At one stage, they used to say everything is a triple D, double D, triple D. So a woman who had a full bust, if they were modelling, they'd say, oh, I'm a double D. Well, they're actually not. They could be anything, F, G, H. And it was always that kind of showing off thing, saying it was a double D. And again, that goes back to your high street stores. So if any lady comes into us and says they're a double D, we know they're not. But with your really full busted ladies, it is amazing. It's like you've cut an elastic band in their stomach and their posture goes straight back up. And that's what helps them with their back pain and their shoulder strain. And it is very important.
Well, you mentioned as well that you start at, you said 28 AAA? Do you say double A?
For the young girls,
So do you tend to find that you're more one extreme to the other, or do you, if someone came in who said that they were a 34 double D, do you tend to get those people as well, or is it those ladies as well, or is it more?
We get everything.
Okay.
Everything. So the mums will bring their daughters in as they're developing. So my youngest is 7 and my eldest lady is 104.
Wow.
So you can see the difference, but it's the people who take their breast care seriously that are the ones that will continue to buy their bras correctly. By going to the high street, they might leave their bras too long before they renew them. I had someone at the back end of last year who hadn't bought a new bra for 8 years.
Wow.
And she was still wearing a nursing bra.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And the ladies tend to forget just how important it is from a health point of view. So we work really closely with anyone who's had a mastectomy, lumpectomy, you name it, we do it.
What is the, this is going to be a hard question to answer, but what's the typical lifespan of a bra?
So you're supposed to have 6 new bras every year.
Oh, right, okay.
Which some people find abhorrent, and other people will say, well, yeah, that's fine, that they can handle that. But the newer your bra is, and you have it on a rotation system, then you're going to get optimum breast care. If you leave your bra too long, the cantilever, which is the band around the body, gives. So that means that the wire starts to sit on your breast tissue. Right. And that is one of the biggest causes of cysts in the breast. Once you develop cysts, then of course you have to have them aspirated all the time, and that's quite painful. But if they're undetected, they can go further.
So it all goes back to having the right bra.
Of course, yes, yeah.
Right, okay. And then with the you said that you tend to have the same ladies that will come to visit you and they'll go abroad and even still come over. What is it? Is it the level of care that you give? Is it the knowledge that you have, that you possess?
Yes.
Is it just yourself, or is anybody else who's in the shop working?
No, there are 2 of us. My colleague Karine, who's been with me for 8 years, and myself. What it is an educational stance. So by giving the education, a lady will come in and we'll strip them off down to as far as their bra. And then we will explain why their bra isn't working. And then I will go and get a bra, or Kareem will go and get a bra, and we will put it onto the client and they can see the immediate difference. And that is so important. Okay. But that's not just with a normal bra. So if you think on maternity, if a lady has just had a baby, and she's not wearing the right nursing bra, she can develop mastitis.
What's that?
So that's like a blockage in the milk ducts, and it's very, very painful. And I've had ladies being escorted in by relatives because they're in such discomfort, but it's because they've been put into the wrong size bras. Wow. So everything. Bra is not just a bra, it's a medical thing as well. And that goes from the time you start to develop, from whatever age, 7 years old to whatever. The breast care is very, very important, and it's an awareness of the breasts that makes such a difference. If you don't have that, then you will come up with problems later.
So that's what sets you apart. That's the reason why people come to you, because of how it's the education part of it that people misunderstand. Can people just walk in, or do they need to set an appointment? How does that
We
work?
take an appointments. The appointment system is waning a little bit more now that COVID has started to disperse a bit, hopefully. We do have an appointment diary, but if somebody comes in and we've got a gap, then of course we will accept that. I had someone yesterday who just travelled across from Manchester, and she just happened to be visiting her son who'd moved here, came past, and I managed to fit her. She'd had a build-up on one side, which was slightly, in her eyes, not for me because I see it anyway, was slightly awkward. And she'd been put into something that was quite terrible, the bra. I put her into something and she was elated. So yeah, it can be so random. Some people, clients just coming back to me, One thing I would like to mention is that we do a 5 bra offer where you purchase 4 bras and then you get the 5th bra free, but that offer goes over a year, so it takes into account any changes in the breast. So some people will say, oh well, I'm not back until 18 months, so I'll take all of my 5 bras. Others will say, I'll just start off with 2 or 3 because I'm going to Slimmers or Weight Watchers. We'll say, right, come back in and we'll refit you, resize you. If you have changed in weight, we offer the service as well of taking the bras in with our dressmaker, and we pay for that service for you.
Wow.
And if you live away, we will post bras to you, and we don't charge postage. So we're quite malleable, you know.
Yeah.
And on the deal, this time of the year, some people will want swimwear, so you can put your swimwear on the deal as well.
I was gonna. There's so much to still talk to you about, but with the staying with the bras and the offer and the consultation, let's just call it the appointment. How does it work? When you do a consultation, is it something that you pay for, as in the person pays for?
No, you don't pay for it, but you do. Some people will phone up, if I'm honest, and say, oh, I just want to find out what size I am.
Yeah.
And we have to say, well, where do you normally buy your bras from?
Yeah.
So they might want to just come into us and find out what size they are. But of course our sizes, because they're European and American, do not equate to the high street.
Yeah.
And then, but if I get a little inkling about that, I will very, very discreetly mention it to them, say, well, you know, what are you used to paying? So if they go into, say, a really budget store and they only pay £10 for a bra, they're going to get a shock when they come into us, you know, because our cheapest bra is 65, most expensive is 160. That doesn't mean to say you're gonna be in the 160, but some of my clients come up from London, and they'll always wear a particular brand. In this particular instance, Lee Charmel, and they are £160 a bra. But what they will do, they'll do the deal because it's saving the money, and they'll come up and stay with a friend, and you know, so they're saving money anyway.
Well, the reason I was asking is because I can imagine that there'll be a lot of partners, spouses, from hearing this will want to help the ladies with getting the right bra. So I was more thinking on the line of like gifts and gifting, and how does it work to book the appointments and stuff like that. So that's where I was going with it. And I can imagine I'd expect your bras to be more expensive because of how you do it and why you do it and everything else. So I would expect that anyway. But then touching on the swimwear, so is it specialist swimwear? Is it again made to fit? How does that fit?
No, you still have to be fitted for your swimwear. But again, you might be, and I'm giving you an example here, you might be a 32G on your bra size, but you might have a pear-shaped hip, which means that I have to allow for that, but it's my experience that tells me where I'm going with a pear-shaped hip and the small back, because we're all different shapes. We're triangular, we're rectangle, we're oranges, we're pears, we're everything. But my clients don't have to worry about that. Leave that to me. I'll sort that out. I'll sort that out. And as I say, trust me. You know, I when that swimsuit comes in, it will fit you. Oh my goodness, you know, I didn't realise that it would be so different. But that is the beauty of having a shop that works via consultation, as opposed to you going into a shop and you say, right, there's a bra on the wall, I'll have that. No, we won't do that. And again, my clients will come in and say, oh, I just want the same bra again. No, let's get you in the fitting room.
Yeah.
So they go in the fitting room and I say, oh, you've lost weight. And they, oh, have I? Yes, you've changed. So it has to be done as you are on that day.
Yeah.
And that's where our time. Yes, you can buy bras cheaper on the internet, but you're not getting our experience.
Yeah, of course.
And our wherewithal with it, and that's the most important part of it. It's like so many other things, and I think when an independent shop or any business is owner run, you do get much more attention.
Yeah.
Because it's important to you that nothing goes awry with it. And in the high street, it doesn't really matter. They don't care if a client's unhappy. But I do.
Yeah.
And even if I get an unhappy client, I will always say, come back, let's sort it out and work around it. Don't go away and with your tail between your legs. I want to know what it is that you're struggling with.
Yeah.
And again, that is your after sales service.
Okay. Well, the most important question to ask you to finish this, to wrap this up, is how do people find you?
Right. So most people will come through to us on our page, which is fittobust.co.uk. We do have a website, but we don't use it that much because we find we don't update it as much as we should do. So we always say, if you go to fittobust@gmail.com, telephone number 0113 307 0011.
Yeah.
And that will get straight through to us. A lot of people will send us emails wanting to make appointments, and then we'll say, yeah, but give me your telephone number so that I can phone you back, because we like to have a little bit of dialogue going on as well.
You said there's a page. Is that social media? Is that Instagram, Facebook?
So we do have I'm being stupid here. So ages ago we did set up what do you call it? An information page.
Right. Okay.
And but it's not something that we use that much, and we find that we don't get many people coming through that system. We would rather it came through the so some people do it through Instagram, some people do it through email, and then or they'll just come straight through the shop.
Yeah. Okay.
And they will read our reviews as well, which is
helping.
Good. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, perfect. Well, thank you for that. It's been a
Pleasure.
very interesting conversation.
You've learned a lot.
I have learned a lot. And I'm probably going to be sending my missus through the door soon as well.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
So thank you everybody for listening. I hope you've got a lot from that as well. And obviously you'll be going to see Sally really soon. As always, please do like, share, comment, subscribe, review, and help us push this as far and wide as possible. And we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.